Would you spend $2,000 once to make $20,000 every year from now on? I did. I'm going to tell you why. I'll tell you a story behind that. Welcome. This is the MBA Accelerator channel. I'm George Sloan, and we're talking about topics of interest to MBA oriented individuals, but individuals that don't want to spend 2 years and $200,000 to go and get it. So let me tell you a quick story. I was working with an individual, and he knew that I was going and doing a course or a certification, and he asked me how much it was costing me to do that. And I said, well, it's going to cost me $2,000 to do the course and the certification. He says, wow, that's a lot of money. I said to him, well, yeah, that might be a lot of money, but let me ask you this. If you could spend $2,000 once and up your annual salary by $20,000 every year from now on, would you do it? And I said, quite frankly, let's just look at it. I said to this guy, I said, let's just look at it from the perspective of I get an extra $20,000 going forward. After 5 years, I've made an extra $100,000 because I spent $2,000 once. And he said, when you look at it that way and you explain it to me that way, he says, it makes a lot of sense. I have come to the conclusion that folks that want to get an MBA are looking for certain results. They're not necessarily looking to be able to say, oh, I got a degree that says MBA, oh, now I'm $200,000 in debt, and it took me 2 years to do it, where I spent a weekend, spent $2,000 once, and I was able to get $20,000 extra each year. So over 5 years, the extra 100. So it was an eye-opening experience for him, and I said to him, that's the way you got to look at things. What's the return on investment of an MBA versus the return on investment of doing a course and or certification that's going to get you a solid result? And I don't think there's many of you out there that would argue with the idea of spending 2,000 to get $20,000 extra each year for the next 5 years because of that course or certification or whatever it might be. That makes a lot more sense. And I know it changed his mind, and I'm pretty sure it's going to change yours. If you're interested in learning about these approaches, alternatives to the traditional MBA approach where you're wasting 2 years of your life and $200,000, tune in here to the MBA Accelerator.